Alright guys, so in this video we are going to talk about how do we manage our money just like a CEO. In fact, as we know that some of the special employees or some of the special teams are built just to manage the money, how important it is. The companies pay millions of dollars to these managers because of the benefits. So you can too implement in your own life how do you manage the money well, and basically six major things that you can focus on that we are going to discuss in this particular video. The number one or the first is the return of investment. We all normally do not focus on what is ROI or return on investment. It's like we start getting the salary, it is inside the bank, we are getting some of the interest, we don't even know, how much interest is added. We just think money that we earn sitting in the bank is good investment. No, we need to consistently figure out what all are the things. Slowly and steadily with time, we get to learn different ways of investment. For example, the stock markets on average gives you 7% return per year. Some of the other investments have given like 20% kind of a return in a year. More than anything else, once you invest your mind, your thoughts into this particular idea, what will happen slowly and steadily, your return on investment muscles will improve, and over a period of time you can accumulate so much money. In fact, many of the rich people became rich because of their habit of good investment. So you need to install that good habit of investment. Slowly with time you will be able to learn. You cannot pinpoint, okay, this investment is good, this investment is good. I cannot pinpoint right now for you. You will have to figure it out yourself, because that is the best learning experience with time. So what is the number two way? We need to rethink the credit card expenses. What are the credit card expenses, other ways of expenses? Because normally what happens in our mind, we do not think of the expenses of the credit card as something, because we are able to get something, some sort of a value when we are buying something on the credit. And not just that, not just the credit card, even many other expenses that we don't think about. This is just a waste of our money, waste of our time. If we rethink, reanalyze our expenses, what are the debts that is remain in the card, how can we pay it back, what is the long-term value, we just focus a portion of our life into it, we are going to really save a big sum of money for ourselves that we couldn't even have imagined. Because over a period of time, when we are talking months after months, year after year, how much money that we are losing onto these things, and definitely once we focus on them, it is definitely going to help a lot for all of us. So number third, pay yourself first. Now what I mean by that is simply, let's say we get a salary. Anyone who gets a salary, let's say $6,000 in a month, we need to ensure that we pay for ourselves some amount of money. Let's say 40% of the salary we pay to ourselves, 40% will be $2,400, will be reserved for us. Rest of the things are for the expenses, for the things, for the outings, but 40% of the money you're paying to yourself, and that sum of money you're accumulating over a period of time so that you can invest it into something big. We don't understand, we don't realize what happens with that. Over a period of time, once we get into this particular habit, the remaining 60% of the money, if it will not become sufficient, what we'll do, we will find a way to increase that 60% so that it becomes sufficient. But ensure that you do not touch those 40%. That is for your own personal investment. And over a period of months after months, year after year, there can be a huge, humongous difference in your life. Some of the Bitcoin owners, some of the multi-millionaires of Bitcoin, this is how they did it. Over a period of time, they had a significant amount of saving so that they can experiment things out. And even that's an emergency fund for them, because they used to pay themselves first. So we need to get into this particular habit. Number four would be, we need to write a mission statement. Remember solving any of the piece of the puzzles when you were a kid? if we did not know what was the outcome that we needed, will we ever been able to even solve? No, there was no chance. Even the best of the people, if they do not know which direction are they moving in, they would not be able to solve. So similarly, the mission statement is very, very important. This is something like we need to understand with our finances which direction are we moving in. Let's say you write a mission statement of 5 years down the line. You write a goal. I want to save a $5 million, and then try to think backwards what would be your saving plan, investment plan that may lead to this particular thing. Now what will happen, initially you might not be experiencing something like that, but over a period of time your brain cells, your opportunities will open the way just because you thought over it so much, and you will adjust yourself into that particular plan, and slowly and steadily you will realize, okay, this is not the direction I wanted to go in, this is not the direction that is going to lead me to the mission statement. And each time you will be able to fix it just because you have written it, and it grows in your mind. So we need to really have a mission statement where we are headed towards what can be the financial outcome 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line with the current pace, and we will be able to see really big things may happen with that. Then number 5, that is the stakeholders interest. Now who are the stakeholders in our family? The family members, the near ones, the relatives, I mean the people who are some way or the other dependent on us or closely associated with us, and even in our company, the stakeholders, as the name suggests, the partners or other people. We need to think, let's say we stopped working today, let's say we got sick, let's say we are not there, then how do you think the other people will be able to manage your own family dependents, your stakeholders? Is there a way for that? Is there a plan for that? And majority of us will find there is not much plan for that. So we also need to reserve a portion of our mind that without us, what are the dependencies and how can we solve it? Over a period of time, this area of our life will improve and we will have a open ways. For example, some of the people might be considering, okay, this might be the solution, that I may buy a home which I give it for rent, so that it is a passive income. Whenever I'm not even there, my family members will be able to support themselves. They won't be standing without anything upfront in the market. They will be having a passive income source, and this can really lead to like a lot of financial independence once we invest a portion of our mind, portion of our life into this particular area. So last but not the least, number 6, we need to really figure out and try it for ourselves different number of ways of how we can save money, because this is, yes, we need to increase the money, we need to increase the income, but we sometimes don't even realize that it is just because of our habit we are not able to save the money, just because of our previous blueprint. So what will happen with that? Slowly and steadily, let's say we found one way, the other way, and then we try to check that, okay, whether this way works, that way works, and you will be amazed sometimes that some of the ways really had a miraculous change in your life. Like if I give my own example, when I was living abroad working for one of my company, I was there at the client side, I used to earn significant sum of money, but then I used to spend a lot of money and everything like lavish, and then by the end of the month I really had a really less sum of money saved, and I used to wonder like, where does all this money go? So what I did as a money saving way, one of the alternative that I applied myself, I thought, okay, this could be the way. On a daily basis I started writing by the end of the day how much I'm expending, and I even included the house rent that I'm giving. So each day I was able to see, okay, this is the amount that I'm already spending. And then what happened with this particular habit, it came to me whenever I used to go on, I can feel good while I'm writing the expenses, and it significantly worked. So you never know which way might work for you. Try different small money saving ways. So guys, these are the 6 techniques I wanted to talk about, and remember, do not underestimate the power of these techniques, because what happens one day at a time, 365 days in a year, and then year after year, When these things are accumulated, installed in a habit, they can be humongous amount of difference in your life. I mean, it can result in a difference to the extent of somebody being a millionaire and somebody being a broke, just because the financial planning of the millionaire guy was better than the broke guy. Yes, that is the power of investment, managing the money in a well way. So guys, I hope that the information was helpful for you guys. Give a thumbs up if you like the information. Subscribe to my channel. I will be talking on this particular channel a lot of things about investing, about making money online, starting the business, debt, credit scores, and everything related with that. So again, thanks a lot for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.